All right, our top story is from France, where the lawmakers have passed a law banning school children from having smartphones and other internet-enabled devices in schools. The ban applies to smartphones, tablets, smartwatches and other connected devices, which must be turned off or left at home. There are exceptions for other use, extracurricular activities and for disabled students, but otherwise the law generally prohibits smartphones in all premises and during school activities outside the school building. The new rules apply to pupils from 3 to 15 years old but allow high schools to decide whether to apply a partial ban or a total ban. A law passed in 2010 already banned smartphones used during classes. French President Emmanuel Macron had promised during his campaign to rid schools of distracting smartphones. French students are currently on summer holidays and are due to return to school in September, surely without their smartphones. All right, for more on this story, I'm joined by WION correspondent Elena Casimontas. Elena, thank you so much for joining us from Paris. My first question to you is, why has this ban come into place and what about emergency situations if need be?
So as you were saying, this was an election promise of Emmanuel Macron's. He believes, along with rather a lot of teachers, that staring at screens is distracting to pupils, that they disrupt classes when people's phones go off and start beeping, and also that children having their phones in the playground means they don't socialise properly and spend the whole time staring at screens instead. In terms of emergencies, children will be allowed to take their phones into school as long as they keep switched off and in their school bags throughout the day. So if they need them walking to and from school, if their parents need to check up on where they are, they will be able to have them on the way to and from school. And there'll also be exceptions, as you were saying, for school trips and other sorts of exceptional circumstances.
Right, Elena, according to reports, more than 90% of French students between the age of 12 and 17 had mobile phones in 2016, which is up from 72% in 2005, and this data is according to the French telecom regulators. Now, in the coming time, will we see this ban expand to other sectors also?
Well, about half of schools already have a mobile phone ban in place, and as you were saying, they're not allowed to use them in classes anyway. Whether this will also expand to places where teenagers spend a lot of their time, I'm not sure what other places that could be, sports clubs and things like that. I'm not sure, maybe, but there's certainly a growing awareness among parents and among teachers that not only are phones distracting and disruptive for teenagers, but also that young people might be spending too much of their lives online, and that it might also be preventing them from building friendships in the real world, from taking part in other activities like sports and things like that. So I think most parents of teenagers are keen to limit their screen use and as a result supportive of the law.